I think it's time. We're back. We're back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. I thought we were going to be live on Twitch and YouTube tonight, but the multiple output thing did not work today. So we're here on YouTube, everybody. So if anybody's in the Twitch chat, let them know, send them over here. But welcome back. Tonight we are going to be watching the Mexican Grand Prix qualifying. I'm pretty excited. I missed the streams last week because I was in Austin, which was an absolute hoot, getting to hang out with the Red Bull and Red Bull USA crews. Absolutely wild. I've got a little interview that I did with Max and Checo in the Turn 17 hospitality. That will be out hopefully early next week. So I hope you guys had a fun time without me. Hopefully not too much fun, but let's get into it. So if you're new to the stream, I'm some American dude named Blake. I used to work Red Bull Racing, Force India, did a bit of trackside performance engineering, race engineering at tests, and simulator performance engineering and overall car development and tool development analysis. We'll talk about some of that geeky stuff later. But here's what we're going to do on today's stream. Today's stream is a qualifying watch along. So we're just going to hang out and watch qualifying together, and we'll talk about it. If you've got any questions, I'll do my best to answer it. Please keep it on topic. Tomorrow, I'll do a qualifying analysis sometimes tomorrow afternoon. Then we'll do a race watch along tomorrow evening. I'll go live 10 minutes before the race. Be sure to check the YouTube live stream section. And if you're here watching this live, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you're watching it later, smash the thumbs up button as well. But Sabu, I see your 10-month over on Twitch, man. I appreciate it. I wish I tried. I thought it was working, but it wasn't. So we'll try it again tomorrow. But I am that American dude. I'll quickly touch on that. So it was a really funny thing. So I did the Sky Sports F1 podcast Monday after Austin because they were like, Blake's a little bit of a loser and he definitely won't be hungover Monday morning. And they were correct. I was not hungover Monday morning. I did have a couple of tequila Red Bulls, which was terrifying to say the least, but I survived, you know. But we were talking about the Mercedes and Ferrari situation, and I basically just explained how the plank stuff basically works. Why we have skids to measure skid wear, and everything else. So, yeah, and then Lewis was talking to Rachel in the media pen, and he referred to the podcast, and then he continued on talking about, you know, there's a lot of people that don't understand how the planks work. I don't think he was referring to me because basically everything I said was factually correct. So I don't think he was talking about me. I think he was talking about a lot of the stuff he's seen on the internet in general. And if he was talking about me, he didn't watch the whole clip because I explicitly stated that I don't know where their peak rear load is in terms of where they put the rear of their car. So, and then he tried to explain how it worked. And I wasn't really clear on his explanation of it, but it's not a thing. But it was good. It was good. Some publicity is better than no publicity, right? Especially when James Allison said the exact same thing I said in their debrief video. How's everybody doing today though? Let's talk about the weekend so far. So the usual Mexico spiel. I'm sure if you haven't heard it from the broadcasters already, they've got the rear wings cranked up to the maximum, and we're going to see some insane rapido top speedos here. But let's talk about it. Free practice 2 basically looked like, Red Bull dominant. Norris coming in just a couple tenths off of that, and then Leclerc. But then the interesting thing was we had Alfa Romeo 4th fastest team, AlphaTauri 5th fastest team, and Mercedes a little bit on the back foot. Really, though, only to the tune of 0.3 of a second. So we're not talking about a big gap. And then in free practice 2, Williams and Haas were in the bin, and Aston Martin looked like they had massively disjointed run plans and no performance. Like they looked slow. So fast forward to free practice 3, and everybody's talking really bad grip. The track did grip up quite substantially by the end of the session, but a lot of people did not get a clean run, and Max was upset with his traffic levels. Leclerc and Sainz basically, absolutely nowhere. I think 13th and 15th in P3 due to traffic. Their high fuel runs didn't look too bad, but if you know me, I don't usually look at high fuel runs in free practice because they're kind of all over the place, and teams are kind of like taking those with a very heavy helping of salt. So in terms of top speeds though, Hulkenberg at free practice 2 hit 350 kilometers an hour. I don't know what that is in fake money, aka miles per hour, but yeah. I think we might be seeing a couple of people getting toes down to the line in turn 1, and we're going to see some very insanely high top speeds. But I think Red Bull and Ferrari definitely at the top end of the speed traps. And if Ferrari can get a clean lap, I think we could be looking at something pretty spicy for them today. I don't think... I think we should see Ferraris in the top 10. We should see Ferraris in Q3. And if we don't see Ferraris in Q3, something bad has happened. But Williams, Alex Albon looked insane in free practice 3. He split Verstappen, so it was 700s from Verstappen to Albon and 700s from from Albon to Perez. So Perez up in the mix, looking good. Aston and Haas look not great, and yeah, I'm not too sure what to say. Alpine looked kind of atrocious in P3, but let's not talk too much on that. So the tire range is the softest range. You guys remember last year we had basically what turned into a one-stop race, and it was kind of boring. It was pretty boring. So this year we were like, right, let's go one softer. But yeah, track temperature 46. That's fairly high. That's fairly high for this track. Let's see how we get on. So qualifying is about to start. We've got 2 minutes until green lights, and we'll switch scenes over in just a second. But any questions after this week? Because there's been a lot of stuff going on, but we're not exactly sure. I don't know. Like I think my guess for top 3 teams, it's Red Bull, McLaren, Ferrari, and then Mercedes after that. I don't understand. Like Mercedes last year with their relatively high drag car went pretty well around here. Aston Martin's been installing downgrades on their car, it looks like, for quite an age. Williams, I don't know. Maybe Williams to pip Mercedes. Bailey, yeah. Hey, what's going on, man? Yeah, I don't know. Checo should go pretty strong here, and I think all of it is about getting your lap together. Ricardo could see Q3. We should see Ricardo Q3. So I'm going to turn on the audio in my ears now. There's 22 drivers in the championship. De Vries and Ricardo have competed in races. That's why we have 22 drivers. Any reason why a lot of teams have chosen this Grand Prix for putting a rookie in? Because they had the development tires, and they're probably not too worried about learning much. And if it was just a modified, from what I understood from Pirelli, is the development tire. If you saw yesterday, there's a black sidewalled tire, and this was a modified C4 compound, so not much dissimilar to what they've got now. But I think that's why a lot of teams probably put a rookie in, and also it's the end of the season, and they're just waiting until the absolute last minute, and they're like, well, Mexico's not a sprint race. Chuck them in. Thoughts on pole, Max, but not easily. I think Ferrari's going to be closer than we thought, and Albon's kind of a wild card to me. F1 devs trying out the new tire beta? Exactly. Hey, Nolan. Albon have a chance for pole? I don't know. C4 is the medium. We've got C3, C4, and C5. So C3 being the hardest tire that we've got this weekend. I think this is going to be a great qualifying session because I feel like it's super close. Not expecting much from Aston, and I'm not expecting a whole lot from Haas. The other ones, at some point this weekend, were thereabouts, and I could have misplaced the Haas. Alpine were a bit closer on Friday, but let's see. Well, I you know what, Rory? I tried to simulcast to Twitch, and it did not work. I tried it on the other day, but it didn't work. I mean, it says it's connected and streaming, but it's not working, so. Enjoy qualifying. Hey, and if you guys aren't using multi-viewer for F1 to watch qualifying, you are missing out. So if you're using multi-viewer, set your sync time to 35 seconds and you'll be in sync with me. And also at the top right of the screen here, you've got the timer. Just sync up with that if you need to. Rolando, great question. 35 seconds for you guys. Additionally, Tsunoda starting from the pit lane tomorrow. Power units. Oh shit, Magnussen's got a purple sector too. B joke equals 1. But you know what I've really enjoyed on the Sky broadcast this week? I'd rather watch you than watch it on Sky. Well, mute Sky and hang out here. If there's anything exciting, is there anything that I find exciting from the commentators? I'll relay it. And one of the things I noticed from Free Practice 3 was Button talking about this track surface and these conditions. Any small slides or overheats are absolutely punishing. And honestly, I don't remember that very much since like 2014, 15, 16. That was a really big issue. Like you had a little bit of wheel spin on the exit of a corner, you're cooked, absolutely. And you could have, like in Barcelona, you could back off in sector 1 and then smash it for sector 3 and find more time in sector 3 than you would lose in sector 1. But yeah, Sky F1 or F1 TV commentary, which is preferable. I tend to listen to Sky because this weekend they've got Bernie Collins, former Aston Martin strategist and all-around badass, and they've got Jenson Button, who is probably one of the best driver pundits out there. The difference between Sky F1 and F1 TV, if you're watching in multi-viewer, you have access to both the international feed, which is Sky, and the F1 TV is the F1 TV commentators. So it's just the feed is the exact same. Yeah, Russell on the medium right now. I'm still not feeling 100%, so I might be coughing and sneezing a little bit, and I'll try to mute up when I do. Any good experts on Sky today? Bernie and Jensen. Andreas, how you doing, bro? So, Russell, Piastri, Norris, Hamilton, all on mediums. It's got Hinch is doing live comp. Hinch is excellent. Hinch is all around excellent. You can watch qualifying. It's fine. I give you permission. Alexander Hinch is so good. Yeah, he's excellent. And he's a super nice dude as well. Would you join the Sky commentary team if they offered you a role? Absolutely yes, as long as I didn't have to commit to doing a full season. If I could do like 10 races, I would definitely do it. I would not be the right person to do the grid walks, dude. No. I wouldn't join the commentary of another series because this is what I know. Perez with the purple sector 1. Alonso with a 19.6 previously. Alonso, what did he have? I mean, he's basically on his free practice 3 times. So green track with a soft tire. Skypad? I think you need a driver for Skypad. This track is so good. Where do we rate this track out of 10? This is an easy 8. Turn 12, the right-hander going into the stadium is going to be absolutely critical for getting this together. We're going to see a lot of people lose their laps there. He just called Perez mid, did Brundle? No, said Perez mid 1 minute 18. So Perez is half a second off of his FP3 time. Track's getting there. Not enough high speed. The high speed sector 2 is pretty groovy though, you know what I'm saying? Hamilton cooking on a medium. Yeah, Hamilton's zooming right now. Hamilton straight up to P3 with an 18.7. Hamilton, yeah, similar to his free practice 3 time. Max 18 flat. Everybody's about 2/10 off. Hamilton looks like he's improved because he's on a medium. How do you feel about being called American, dude? You know what? I've been called worse. Yuki can join qualifying. Like, maybe he'll save a set of tires, but yeah. I mean, Tsunoda's out there. He's going for it. The qualifying order will be important as well if anybody else takes a penalty. Mercedes only did 1 prep lap on the medium. That's not too surprising. Brian, what's up, bro? Hamilton pretty strong on the medium. Piastri fair way off of him, 0.8 or so. Right, so in terms of tires, Alonso, Magnussen, Gasly, and Stroll are starting their second tire. Alonso and Magnussen went out on a scrub to start. Hamilton says that's all he's got on those tires. Probably. That's a solid time. Like, I think we're gonna have a little bit of ramp up through Q1, but that's a solid lap time for the medium. The only thing that Hamilton will probably want is an early peek at what the soft grip level, and also to get the tire prep right, because they did 1 prep lap, I believe, on the medium, and they're going to kind of want to have a look at what their prep needs to look like on the soft. They probably have a good idea from P3, but I'm not sure. Ricardo P2, 18.4. What did Ricardo do in P3? He's tied his P3 time. So he's set that lap quite late. So he's experienced, I believe, a fair bit of track improvement. Ferrari's on Leclerc's Sector 1 is good. Sector 2... Sainz got a good Sector 2. Leclerc has a bad Sector 2. Oh, he hasn't said it yet. Incorrect. Yeah, Leclerc's looking good. Sargent fastest Sector 1 at the moment. Leclerc's going quickly. Where was Sargent's sector? Sargent's Sector 2 is second worst. Not surprising. Leclerc straight up to P3 with an 18.4. Zaid asked, do you not stream on Twitch anymore? I tried to multi-stream tonight, but I tested it yesterday, but it did not work when I hit go, so unlucky. I mean, Leclerc's setting an 18.4 on the medium. It's not great, but it's not bad either, you know? He went quite a bit later. A step harder compound. 18.4. Ricardo cooking at least, yeah. So the McLarens are definitely going to throw on a new set of softs. Rough guess on time gain. It'll be something like 8/10 or so from the start of Q1 to the end of Q3, if I had to guess. Williams in the drop, yeah. They did go quite, or Albon did go quite early, if I am not mistaken. Verstappen will keep it parked unless he wants to feel the track evolution. I don't know if he'd run a scrub though. What's Norris doing? He's just stationary. Put it back in gear. I guess he's been held. Sargent doing a super drifty over the floor. Looks clean. Expected weather. Yeah, we do have air and track temp in Fast F1, but the wind is terrible. Signs turn 12, as expected. Is Perez going to do another one? Perez half a second off. I mean, if a lot of these guys in the back start going quicker, we're not expecting that much between top to bottom in this session, so... Hey, Will from work, dude, great to see you, man. We still need to catch that beverage sometime soon. Maybe after the F1 season chills out and the new Warzone game is cracking. Good to see you, dude. This is kind of tight for the McLarens right now, and I'm also expecting Alexander Albano to be. He needs to be in the top 6 right now. A triple Carmelite, absolutely. Cutoff 18. Cutoff 18.6. I think the cutoff will be a little bit slower than that. What do you guys reckon? Cutoff 18.6. Yeah. I didn't realize Sargent, didn't set a time. I've been distracted. Everybody's going out. So even Max is going out on a use set right now. Is Ricardo going to park it? Logan has potential floor damage. It didn't look like he straddled that too hard. So Checo's getting some feedback from Hugh right now. Easy in turn 8 and turn 10. Front left is a little bit hot. Piastri P2, 18.2. Hamilton's thinking they might be tight on time. He's parked in the pit lane as of a couple seconds ago. Norris doing personal best. It looks like Norris did not have a toe down to the line. Look at that traffic jam. I totally get it, but like Russell can do that. Norris, what went wrong there? Oh, Lando did a drifto. Yeah, shoulder over his mechanics right now. They don't look too thrilled. Oh, super drift. Oh, that's not a good lap time. Yeah, that's not a good one. Is Lando bonked? He's gonna. Where's Norris? I don't think Norris is gonna get another one in because he's going to have to stay out of people's way. Joe's on an outlap. Albon's like, this car is nowhere. Albon's currently P9. Verstappen and Russell noted for impeding. Why do they keep doing this? Right, Norris will get another one on the board. Magnussen is on a timed lap. He's got out of his way. Hopefully he hasn't boned him too hard. Leclerc on an outlap. All right. Norris will get a toe off Magnussen. And then Magnussen should get out of his way. And he has done. No. How bad is Alonso? Norris is screwed, man. Is Norris completely cooked? Yeah. Yeah, he is. Stroll knocked out in Q1. I'm big sad right now. Alonso is doing his best to get out of everybody's way, but yeah. The cutoff's not even in the 19s yet. Or in the 18s yet, sorry. Oh, super drift from Alonso. Norris is done. He's parked it. Oh, that bounce over the curb was kind of cool, but huge rip for Alonso. So the reason they're now backing up in the pit lane is because there's a minimum lap time on track. Why didn't the Alpha just drive around him? Could they have? Honestly, so the reason people are parking in the pit lane is because between the safety car line, which is exit to pit lane and entry to pit lane, roughly, I believe, in all cases. I should probably check that. But so there's a new rule from Monza, which is usually Monza's a parking lot, right? They said you cannot go slower than X. So that forces people to keep moving on track and not make a parking lot before the final corner. So, yeah. How many people impeding? Hamilton lost his lap time. He's still P7 though, okay? I mean, they blocked the fast lane, but they could have been driven around. People just didn't want to go. Except the person obviously right up his gearbox. Okay, Andreas confirms safety car line 1 and 2 are pit in, or pit out and pit in roughly. So we've lost Ocon, Magnussen, Stroll, Norris, and Sargent. I did not expect to see Norris going out early in the session. Ocon's talking about skill gap or something. And yeah, Sargent's only time lap was deleted. Why hasn't anybody mentioned Bottas being a GOAT? I'm not sure. I feel like Bottas has been pretty anonymous this season for his on-track performances and that car. That car, not a good one, unfortunately. Gasly saying disaster for grip. Alonso also investigated for impeding, correct. Russell, Norris, Zhou noted, failing to follow race director's instructions, maximum lap time delta. If they were found to be going slowly, then getting out of other cars' way, they'll be okay, which everybody has been so far. Piastri on a new set, only a 10th off of Max on his soft set. I believe that was Max's most recent time. Here's Sargent's on board. Why is he looking at the other car like... it's just a bad replay. Redscapes, what's up, bro? Russell parked it under the yellow flag. Nice. Okay, Max did not improve on his scrub tire. Understood. Leclerc P4 Sainz P8. Even losing 5 cars doesn't make a huge difference in terms of traffic management. Honestly, I think we're going to see more people getting had over in Q2. The cars do refuel for each qualifying session, and typically they refuel between runs. So in Q1, they'll do 2 runs. They refuel between those runs. If there is a wet to dry track and you're not sure what the weather conditions are, what you'll tend to do is put as much fuel in for the entire session so that you could stop in the pit lane and change tires without having to roll back in, because the in-garage stop time is much longer than a qualifying pit stop. Yeah, for the most part, Andreas says it's interesting how much slower the F1 cars go on warm-up laps compared to other classes. But for the most part, A, Formula 1 has warmers. B, you don't want to overheat the tires, whereas other cars need probably quite a bit more work without sliding. Why is the wet refueling different? Because you do not want to come back into the garage during a wet session in case you need to stop in the pit lane for either a new set of wet or inter tires, or if the track goes from wet to dry, you need to fit slicks. It saves a lot of time being able to drive into the pit lane, do a slow qualifying pit stop with like half a crew, and then go back out versus pulling the car back in. It's just the amount of time it takes, and usually your fine margins. Checo out first in the pit lane, followed by Max. Lots of cars have been noted for failing to slow under yellow flags. Everybody's been done by yellow flags and failing to follow the minimum lap time. The crowd is actually going mad for Checo. That place is packed. Absolutely packed. Yeah, we'll get the grid in 3 hours, maybe. Yeah, this is going to be another one of those loads of penalties, inquiries, and we'll maybe get the grid an hour before the race starts or something. I'm sure. I'm sure of it. I'm going to stop reading the messages from the race director. So Alonso and Tsunoda are running a scrub tire right now. So Max didn't really want a tow from Checo. Max has got, you know, a whole sector between them. So Max has got the purple sector 1 and sector 2. And he's basically 4 tenths up on Checo already. Checo 118.1. Verstappen's going to be in the 17s now. 17.6. Ouch. First run. That's quick. Russell? Oh, he's just starting his outlap. I was like, Russell? Everybody else is out on an outlap right now, except for Albon, still in the pits. Does Albon have damage to his car or something? Albon's outlap. Lando said he got called into the box for something, and then he said I had made a mistake on my lap. Why do Red Bull push so hard in Q3 and Q2? There's no point not to. Hi, Sterling. Lando bummed out. He sounds pretty bummed out. Lando seems pretty collected despite being probably pissed off. Yeah, Ricardo, the Mercedes looking good too, honestly. I mean, a huge chunk off Ricardo, man. 18-1 or 18 flat. I'm surprised. I'm going to be really interested to see if they do a good result in Q3. Where is Ricardo fast? A wild honey badger appears. Hi, Barry. You too? We've got all the cats in here tonight. Safe travels, Andres. We'll see you soon, bro. Piastri P2. Piastri, the second driver in the 17s this session. Barry's on maximum floof. Yeah, he is. You can see him right there. Hi, little fluffy man. I mean, Leclerc had some purple mini sectors, but only P9. Sainz Leclerc P8 and 9 on used soft tires. Oof. Yeah, I'm not expecting a scrub tire to go great, so we've got plenty left for the Ferraris to come in this session. 8 minutes and a half to go. Albon, turn 12. Yikes. Oh, a bit of oversteer in the stadium there. Low confidence. Those tires are absolutely cooked. Yeah, the Williams definitely looking like a little bit of a handful there. Well spotted. Albon only P11 on that. Albon on a new soft. Yikes. Yeah, he's not really sure how to predict it. It's definitely that doesn't look like a confidence-inspiring lap, does it? Albon saying the car must be cooked. Something's not right. It doesn't look right. Who are we going to drop? I think we're going to drop Alonso, Gasly, Hulkenberg for sure. Bottas in P5 again. Alonso's age starting to show? No, their car has gone backwards massively. Good cooling changes? No, cooling changes are typically very benign. Albon on his in-lap. Aston Martin took reverse engineering a little bit too seriously. That's so toxic. I don't hate it. All right, 30 seconds while we wait for cars to go back out. I'll be right back. Hi, Fluff Man. Hi, Stink Man. And we're back. Barry was very well behaved. He didn't hop on the keyboard. When are we going to see cars going out? 3.5 minutes to go? They'll probably go sooner than that because they're expecting... We're going to have 15 cars on the track at some point. What do you think? Sabu asks, what do you think of Toto's comments that he would risk... You say cheating to win a race. I say risk an illegal car to win a race. I got into that on Twitter and I didn't understand that specifically because the people I know that have worked at Mercedes have basically said like it's very strict that you do not do stuff that is gray area. And this could be wrong. This was several years ago, but it was somebody who was had worked there for a while. So no gray areas, no exploitation, nothing that could make the brand look bad, like they're cheaters. And honestly, I do not think Austin was malicious or cheating. It was pushing and getting caught out. But I didn't understand Toto's comments. Like, if you knew that it was going to be marginal, would you do it again? And he said yes, which doesn't really... is interesting. Out by 0.05 of a millimeter. Yeah. But that means the thickest part of the skid was 5 millimeters unsafe. Other parts of the skid were less safe than that. Honestly, I think they just messed up. And they're you get different... Ooh, a little pit lane melee. Side by side in the pit lane exit. Let's go. What is this? Russell and an Alpine side by side? Oh my god, I love that. I don't get it. I don't agree with it. Even James Allison was just like, we messed up. We got it wrong. We didn't predict it. If they had knew they were going to be illegal, they would have done something about it. Like, oh, let's set the car up 2 mil lower so we can get all the maximum potential. No. I don't agree with that. And that's not me mocking the team. That's me mocking the people. I'm not mocking anybody, but that's what people are saying, and it doesn't make any sense at all. Ricardo hit a jack in the pit lane, says Rory. That'll be all right. Bonk. He says, hey, why you put the jack there? Yeah, people stopping in the pit lane. Cool. Max still sitting in the box. So Hulkenberg is starting his lap now. Yeah, Max definitely not risking another impeding penalty. He's going to go out of sync with everybody. That's going to be tough, though. 1:50. Is he going again? I don't think Max is going again. And he's 2.5 tenths clear of Piastri in P2. The car's off, yeah. So the Ferrari's on a new soft now. Are we going to see Ferrari 3 and 4, roughly? 20s. Leclerc's P3 in Sector 1. Okay. Sainz with a screwed up Sector 1 or 2 there. GeoNerd, that is correct. Each skid must be in one of the points thicker than minimum. Correct. Alonso's done, isn't he? Alonso P12. Done. Leclerc P4. Russell P2. 500ths slower than Verstappen. Ricardo is flying today, man. Perez went out and aborted his lap. So I think they basically saw that enough people aren't cooking and Perez could abort his lap and save that tire. Tsunoda, terrible Sector 2. Hamilton, P1 on a new soft. Zhou on the bubble. Is he out? No, Zhou's on the way in. Or he's got a terrible lap. No, it's an end lap. Albon. My sector times are out. Tsunoda was used to give Ricardo a tow. I like that. So we've yeah, it's done, isn't it? Yeah, so we've lost Zhou, Gasly, Hulkenberg, Alonso, and Tsunoda. Sainz P10, Albon P9. Perez did go out a second time, but he aborted the lap because he was safe. I think Sainz had an issue on his lap. He had a bad sector turn 4. So, Hamilton, Verstappen, Russell, Ricciardo, Piastri, Leclerc, Bottas, Perez, Albon, Sainz. I expect Sainz and Leclerc to be forward, and neither of the Red Bulls set a time on the second half of the session, so interesting. Is Ricciardo actually a threat in this session without the toe? Ricciardo's top speed. Those can't be live, can they? Ricciardo not particularly fast anywhere. I don't think he had a toe. Unless they're just that slow in a straight line. Ricciardo's best sector is sector 3, which is not a toe sector. So, do we have any investigations after that session? Williams equipment in the pit lane. Albon lost his lap time. No, Albon's been bunked. Zhou is in qualifying. Hopefully they didn't get Zhou out of the car. If they got Zhou out of the car, I will be really disappointed. No, Zhou's going back out. They've kept him in the car. So we've lost Albon to track limits, which means Zhou is promoted into Q3. We've got 2 Alfa Romeos in Q3. Wow. Grim, what's up, dude? Albon, gutted for Albon. That could have been the session. Even in Q1 though, he seemed really unhappy with the car. I think if Zhou got out of the car, he'd get back in. So let's watch the replay. Turn 1. Oh, he cut turn 2. He cut turn 2. That's unfortunate. Alex is saying, no way. No way. I can't judge that from the onboard. I can't judge that from the onboard. If the marshals saw differently, they saw better than I did. It looked aggressive. And usually when it looks aggressive on the onboards, yikes. If you guys are watching the live stream right now and you haven't hit that like button, hit that like button now. Second thing, we will be live for qualifying analysis tomorrow, UK time, 2 p.m. And then be live 5 to 10 minutes before the Grand Prix tomorrow night for the watch along. And if you haven't checked it out, I'll share all the good stuff with you, but check out BRRRAKE.com. Do it. It's really cool. Grim wins the Halloween party. You're flying. Yeah, maybe I'll be there Tuesday. You guys watched the race with the Formula Student team? Nice. You should petition to have my stream up at your Formula Student watch along. We've got timing, we've got expert commentary, a little bit different than what you get on the TV. Just saying. They usually, so Beaver Gladiator says, how do they not have dedicated cameras? They do have dedicated cameras now. They didn't tomorrow. If you want to know what time the streams start on YouTube in your local time, just go to the streams tab after this and you will see your local time. Well, luckily you're the team leader. That's entirely up to you and your team if they find it useful. Can you say which form the student team you're on? If you don't want to say I totally understand, but also check out the Discord. If you are here for the watch along and you want to keep in touch with everybody, we've got a very, very active Discord group, especially in the F1 section. So check it out. Eddie, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. If we play our cards right, maybe we'll be on there sometime as well. I'm not sure if that would ever happen, but it'd be cool. Grim. Yeah, I'll be on a flight, Grim. No dramas. Who's got pole? I feel like I want to say Verstappen, but I feel like it could go any way. It could really go any way, man. I don't think Ricciardo had a toe from him. Did he? His top speed did not look that high. And he's at Max's gearbox for now, so. Verstappen, Piastri, Ricciardo, says Brian. Oofed. All right, Perez out first on the road. It showed on TV. Okay, well, their car is slow as hell. If Albon has floor damage, they can repair it to the existing spec. They cannot change it to another spec. Super Gino's in the Discord. Who else has joined the Discord? Hamverbot? We want Hamverbot or Hambotver? The AlphaTauri is very slow in a straight line. Let's look at their free practice too. AlphaTauri were among the slowest in free practice too. Perez only has one new soft. Okay, so a lot of teams only have one new soft. We've got Russell, Hamilton, and Perez out on a scrub soft, as well as Bottas. So they'll get their eye in with a scrub soft, and then go out on a new soft. Moving around a little bit is Perez. Rufus, I did not go to Franklin's, man. I missed it. Dude, there were so many. So Grim's asking what happened with penalties. Oh, Perez riding that curb just perfectly. Got the inside wheel hooked on that. I think he's moving pretty quickly. Verstappen's gone faster in Sector 1 for now, but Perez, not bad at the moment. He's nailed turn 12. Hamilton offline, out of the way, good. We had so many penalties, impeding in the pit lane, all sorts of crap on Q1. Hamilton's going for a little toe, well placed. Verstappen half a second clear of Perez on that. Oof. Oof. Yeah. Verstappen half a second clear of Perez on a used tire. Not bad. Ricciardo on a new soft. Straight up signs. Top 18.23 500ths ahead of Verstappen. He's grooving. He's grooving. Leclerc's also cooking. He's gone top. Oh my God. Leclerc, a 17-1. Are we going to see a 116 today? Ferrari dropping those lap times. Holy. I was muted. That is spectacular. Yeah, give me one sec. I'm back. Sorry, I muted while I was sorting my stuff out. Ferrari ignoring the race for quali? I don't think it works like that. Max quite a bit of the floor there at turn 8. It'll probably be all right. Yeah, Grim, I don't think so, bro. I mean, Max with a sketchy lap and he's a 10th off. Ferrari, though. Yo, that Ferrari, though. What are their top speeds? Yeah, I mean, Leclerc's sector 1 top. Yeah. Could we see a Ricardo second row? Could we see a Ricardo on the second row? Okay, so we've got track temperature dropping a couple degrees and wind changes, which will be huge. Which could be huge. I think Perez is going to have to pull one out for the home crowd. What do you think? I think Daniel's got another set of softs. Ricardo's used 4 new softs. Verstappen's used 3 new softs. I think Ricardo might have a new set. I could be wrong. He does have another new set. Okay. Merc run used, yeah. They used too many softs getting in to be safe, so Mercedes will have a new set for the end. Mercs have used medium 3 softs. Use soft, yeah. Has Merc saved a new set for the race? Albon dropped his lap time at Shlomi. Joe doing not a bad shout, getting a set of clean track to get a good lap time in for his first time lap. And he might be able to do a quick turnaround and go again, or if this is just his only new tire. Is this Joe's only new tire? That's Joe's last new tire, I think. 5th. Piastri was out on a new tire last run. He must be going out on a new soft now. Joe with a bit of understeer and then sliding the rear a little bit there. That car does not look great. Joe, an 18 flat. Outlap prep, very key, always. I think if Perez wants to have a good race tomorrow, he needs to qualify on the front 2 rows, maybe 3rd row at best. Realistically, he needs to be on pole. Ricciardo could get his first points of the season. I'm not Yeah, I don't have any strong opinions about race pace. I'm not going to make it up any crap. I really don't know. Rick Racewin, you say? Right, so everybody's on an outlap. Is Piastri on a lap? I think Piastri's on a lap, but it looks dog. Woof. 27.5 sector 1. Which is 0.3, which is a tenth slower than his best. Jess, nobody needs that. All right, Sainz, what are we cooking, bro? Sainz struggled with sector 1 a little bit. Leclerc's going to go possibly best. Perez had a very strong start of the lap. Maybe a slight toe from Leclerc. Nope, not a personal best for either of the Ferraris in sector 1. Verstappen looks to be on for a personal best. Okay, Verstappen on a personal best sector 1. Similar time to the Ferraris that they just set. Verstappen's going to have to find a little bit of time in sector 2, I reckon. Verstappen and Ricciardo going faster. Perez is on a cooker. Max has gone purple sector 2. That's what he needs for pole. Ferrari's second run has been kind of trash. Very trash second lap. Perez is sat in P5. Yeah. Ricciardo is in P4. Does Max get it? No. Max did not. Where did Max do in the qualifying sector 3? Verstappen was 5th in sector 3. Oof. Ferrari have great top speed. Red Bull had good downforce, but Max did not nail sector 3. A little bit scruffy, yeah. What do we got? Hamilton could move up. Hamilton. Where's he at? Final corner here. Rounding it. Russell sticks it in P7. No move. Hamilton's not moving, is he? Hamilton P6. Leclerc pole, Max win, easy. Look at this. I mean, right. It's a 10th between P1, 2, and 3. That is nails. That is absolutely nails. Ricciardo, a 10th off that. And then Perez, half a 10th off that. But Ricciardo, man. Let's give it up for Leclerc, man. Holy. Ricciardo's second row. It's funny that Leclerc seems shocked. Leclerc seems very shocked. Chuck put in a heater, eh? Well done, Ferrari. And Ricciardo splitting the Red Bulls. Hamilton, P6, nearly 0.3 off. Piastri, I was expecting a little bit more from that, no? Are we going to see a Ricciardo podium tomorrow? Pastry baking? I don't know. So what do we got? Ferrari front row, Red Bull split by Ricciardo, Hamilton and Russell split by Piastri, and then Alfa Romeo's on the back too, of the top 10. Everybody was on a new soft on the final run. Yeah, that's wild. That's absolutely freaking wild, honestly. What did you guys think of that session? I felt like I could not predict a single thing that happened in that session. I have no idea what happened. I feel completely lost. Odds of a turn one incident tomorrow, I would not like to see that. I would like to see no DNFs tomorrow. We're going to have some mechanicals tomorrow for sure. For sure we're going to have some mechanicals. But you know what? Yeah, I didn't know what to predict. I was a little bit out of sync with my TV feed and my timing, so that was a little bit annoying. But hey, you know what? Verham Rick Purr is your prediction tomorrow. Oof. The track evolution, or did the conditions change and the guys did not predict it? Hey, Dad, I just realized your username. What's going on? I'll call you after this. We could see some brake issues tomorrow. I think that's totally possible. But let's do this. If you're on the stream right now, click the like button first of all so that everybody else knows to come watch the stream tomorrow. 2, go to the live session and click on streams, and then click notify me for the streams tomorrow. I'll be live at 2 p.m. UK time to do a qualifying analysis, and we'll break this down: who was fast, who was slow, where they were fast, where they were slow, what happened with the Red Bulls, how Ferrari changed from P nowhere to front after getting some clean laps. And then we'll talk about it. And then we'll be live tomorrow night, 5 to 10 minutes before the race to get into it. So do me a favor, hit the like, and we'll see you there. Michael Sully with the 199 super chat. Will Ferrari F it up tomorrow? I hope not. I hope not at all. But yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow, dude. Mike, thank you for the 199, man. I appreciate that. And you guys have a great night. It is 11 p.m. I'm going to go get some cold medicine and go crawl in bed. And I will talk to all of you guys soon, all right? We have brake issues tomorrow. Issues with me personally? No. I think this cold is on its way out. But thank you guys. I'll be back with all the content tomorrow. And I will be ready for the Grand Prix. You guys have a great night. Thank you so much.